Friends, freaks, free thinkers. Crucify Robin Hood here, your bald, broke bachelor. May you live in interesting times. I woke up this morning with a stuffy nose, as I do a lot, and I was kind of groggy. I reached over for my nasal spray and took a quick, sharp huff in my left nostril, and come to find out that was my Visene. Apparently, Visene is putting child-proof caps on their bottles now, and and the bottle itself is like the same size it's always been, but the cap is bigger because now it's child-proof. And I wasn't really fully awake, so it didn't register, um, but it registered quick enough. So that's how I started my day. Uh, Last night, no, excuse me. Let me get my topics in order here. I just tried to download a video. I think it's up now, and or upload a video, whatever. I tried to download a video to my computer so I could upload a video. That's how that works. So I'm using GoPro's proprietary software, GoPro Quick, and it usually works okay. It's clunky as fuck, and the editor, the advanced editor, is absolute horse patootie. Man, it needs like an IKEA manual or some shit. Anyway, so GoPro Quick wanted to download every file on my SD card. Now, down, GoPro Quick has already downloaded every file and stores has the shit stored in its little quickness or whatever. But it wanted to download everything. And the way my computer's running lately, a 1 minute video can take 30 minutes to upload to YouTube. So anyway, I was kind of freaked out. I said no, so I unplugged my device and plugged it in and did that routine for several times. Finally negotiated a settlement with GoPro Quick. They were only going to download 63 videos. I called it a win and set it to work. Um, and then I started trying to make this little recording, uh, and this is attempt number 4. So let's see how that goes. Anyway, my computer's been performing poorly for a little while now. Uh, Yesterday, last night, I was I was on a YouTube page, and the video had nothing to do with computers. It was the kind of videos that I tend to watch about issues that are important to me, and someone had said something um, based out of either ignorance or deceit, and I responded pretty strongly to that with 2 comments. And when I started to write my 3rd comment, uh, each letter would take like up to a minute for each letter to show up. And then once the full comment was there, which took forever, um, it didn't want to post. So fuck. I deleted that and posted as short a version as I could of am I paranoid or what? Is somebody watching what I'm posting because it was cool at first and now it's not cool? And can anybody fucking hit me to what the jibs are? And and I got some great responses. I was really surprised at the quality of the responses I got. And I won't go into them in detail here because there was a bunch and some of them were kind of long. But typical responses were, that's what you get for having an HP. Uh, Another good one was, can you translate that into millennial. I thought that was pretty good. There was one guy that was sharply critical of my intelligence and general abilities as a human being, and went on to use examples with extreme profanity um, to kind of point up my ignorance and shortcomings as a human being. That was my absolute favorite of the bunch, and I'll tell you why. Uh, in the circles I travel in, I tend to spend a lot of time on what they call the weird side of YouTube, and and most people there tell you what they think, uh, and they really make no bones. They scramble no hash, and but the rest of YouTube and oh my God, Twitter and Facebook is nothing but um, virtue signaling, passive aggressive fucktards, and that's my biggest peeve in life. And I'm I'm learning to recognize that I'm adult enough to understand where people are coming from, and a lot of times people have reputations to uphold, uh, or other reasons for trying to talk around their point. But that's when you talk around your point, hem, haw, and hint, then nobody actually gets to see your point. You have to take that broad fucking like 100-watt incandescent bulb and shrink it down to a keychain laser and point it right the fuck at what you mean. So anyway, that was kind of fun, and the general consensus was that I need to uninstall my operating system and then reinstall my best chance to learn how to use a computer was in 1985, and silly me, I went in the fucking military instead, and wasn't really exposed to computing grants for a nonprofit, which I had absolutely no experience at. And then I suddenly had to use a computer and learn Word and Excel and some really interesting proprietary sonar mapping and geotechnical software. And by 2006, by 2002, I had the computer worked down, and by 2006, I was really good at my job, and then that whole situation fell through when Obama got elected, but that's another story. Um, so anyway, I have to do that, and I'm going to count on YouTube once again to talk me through it. So, man, talk about a love-hate relationship. Uh, Thank you, YouTube. Actually, fuck YouTube. Thank you to the users on YouTube. And if you happen to see this, you know who you are. And fuck you anyway, because fuck you. Uh, so, one of the issues that I noticed with my computer was a vast free anti spyware. I downloaded this shit. I don't even really remember downloading it, but I'm pretty sure I downloaded it. I don't think it was part of the Windows 10 package of fuck ups. So I had Avast, and it would constantly, I'd be doing something, and then whatever I was doing would freeze, and Avast would pop up and tell me that my world was going to end, my computer was going to melt down. I have 15,000 threats detected, and click here to clear threats. And of course, if I click there, it says, hey, brother, buy our pro version, right? And there's absolutely nothing that it will do to address any of the issues that it tricked me into thinking it was going to address because I'm old and stupid. So I uninstalled Avast last night. It took me an hour and a half. Uh, I would I would I would do a step to uninstall it, and it would chew its cud forever, and then it would pop up a text box saying your computer has attempted to uninstall your security program. Check for threats, and it would like make me right pretend to check my security. Okay, so I had to do a few clicks and then come back and then hit the proceed button because the proceed button was dead until I did that. And it took trial and error to figure out that I needed to make those clicks before I could hit the proceed button. So that was a lot of fun. I thought I was going to have a stroke. So finally, I went through this rigmarole like 3 or 4 times with the fuck around, fool me, and then proceed routine, and finally got Avast off. I think it really may have been well over an hour and a half, but it was one of those time distorting kind of freakouts where where I had to close my laptop, um, smoke a bowl, and just breathe. So if you include that time, it was a long fucking time. Moral of the story: Avast is a dick. Fuck Avast. Do not use Avast. Um, Another thing I had noticed on startup, when I start my computer, it would like take 5 minutes before anything was responsive, and it would do. I mean, all kinds of weird shit would happen with my desktop. Stuff would pop up, stuff would disappear. Uh, my whole shit was acting schizophrenic, and then uh, Discord would open. Uh, Discord is an app that you download, which I downloaded voluntarily earlier this year, last year. When Discord was a thing, when you could go on Discord and on some of the channels or accounts servers that are now notorious for being havens of scumbags. Um, the same scumbags were in them then, but on Discord you could find structured debates, pro and con, uh, relative, relevant topics, and Discord was really the only place I found where you could find that kind of thing, unless you wanted to watch old Christopher Hitchens debates or watch Jordan Peterson debating someone else, but then you only get half of a reasoned, organized debate. So anyway, I decided that well, Discord's got to go, right? So I tried to uninstall Discord last night, and you know these issues, these problems I've been having seem to be related to free apps that I've downloaded voluntarily, right? And doing my research because I tried to I tried to look for a delete button or uninstall option for Discord. Couldn't find it. I looked in my I looked in my list of programs, right, from my start button, and Discord wasn't even listed. So, which is because I guess it's an online app. I'm not sure how that all that stuff works. I'm old and stupid. Um, but anyway, yeah, I have to download a free app to uninstall Discord. So yeah, that's what's that with Discord, which is really a trip. Uh, so so last night I was I was I was on the weird side of YouTube, and not the passive aggressive side, but the opinionated and frequently suspended, deleted, booted off side. And I made a couple of sharp critical comments, and then I went to make my third comment, and it took forever for the text to show up, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So so I went ahead and made a fourth comment, and it was kind of like along the lines, um, I don't know if I'm paranoid, I'm not computer literate, but uh, after I had made a couple of uh, frankly offensive comments, they're offensive to me. I'm an offensive bastard. I made these comments, and my shit slowed down. Is is somebody stalking the chat? Am I getting shadow banned? What the fuck? Please ring in. And I had some fucking stellar answers. Um, one guy said, "It's a Hewlett Packard. What did you expect?" That was good. Another guy said, "Can you translate that into millennial?" I thought that was pretty good. And one dude just railed at me, and and used some, really a quality of invective that I haven't heard except from myself since my Navy days. And it was really it lifted my heart and brought joy to me. And and he he basically told me what he thought about me as a person, and uh, what I was doing to uh, life itself on the planet, how I was denigrating the value of life by existing. I think he might have said something about procreation. I don't know, but it really made my fucking night, uh, because because passive aggressive people, particularly virtue signaling passive aggressive people that dance around what they're trying to say and never really say it. Um, they shed weak light on everything and focus on nothing. And how are you supposed to interpret those kinds of statements? You know. Um, so yeah, that's how that went. And the overall opinion of the commenters was that I need to uninstall my operating system and then reinstall it, and like that. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be a challenge for me. But I'm going to turn to YouTube. Uh, you know, I love the I love the users and content creators on YouTube, and I'll tell you something. What I have learned, this is my opinion, but the more, well, not the most, but the more reviled people and content creators on YouTube, the ones that get the most flack, uh, are generally the smartest, most articulate people that you're going to fucking hope to find. And generally, they'll tell you what they think, and with no bones about it. They'll hash no eggs, and you can rely on them to tell you honestly what the truth is. But there can be a problem when you like ask a direct question on YouTube, because the general, on this part of YouTube anyway, the general response is to see how much trolling you can tolerate, and mix actual genuine replies to your question in with some of the vilest fucking stomach turning shit, just designed to make you crawl in a corner and fucking die. And it's a barrier to entry. If you can get past that barrier of shittery, then you unlock the fucking gems of genuine revelation that these people can provide. So YouTube is a cock snorkel. They're a dick. They're a cancerous dick with leprosy. But the users on YouTube are fucking fabulous. And I've met some very fine people on YouTube. Uh, I've met a lot of people on YouTube. I've met, well, anyway, I've met a lot of people on YouTube. And if I was to break it down by percentage, I would say probably that a quarter of 1% of the interactions I have on YouTube um, are with people that I can relate to and that I can talk to. And probably a tenth of that quarter of 1% are people that I have met and I now consider my friend. So, I want to give a shout out to my friends. They know who they are, and I want to say thank you to the supporters of my chat room, and I'd also like to say thank you to my supporters on Patreon. You know who you are. You guys have helped me to to break away from the medical industry and and pharma and pharma solutions and being a slave to the DEA, my insurance company, the pharmacist, my physician, and my physician's assistant. Any one of them being able at any time and happy to threaten me with suspending my meds or otherwise fucking with my shit. And thanks to you guys and your monetary donations, I've been able to take charge of my own health and look for alternate treatments for the symptoms of my TBI, my Lyme disease, and really, I don't want to be a drama queen, but if it wasn't for the people I met on YouTube and the people that have financially supported me, um, I would have been dead a year ago. And most people that know me would probably agree that that was true. And I feel much better now. I'm able to keep thoughts in my head long enough to make a short video like this. And just wanted to say thanks, guys. Fucking love you. And that's about all I got for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can end this stream now. And thanks a lot, guys.